vehicle on the screen now. You're gonna have that. Alright guys, I'm here at Jetcon's 2 Lower Sandringham Avenue, and we're gonna be talking about one of the vehicles that they have on offer, and it is the Baic BJ40 Plus. So this is the Baic BJ40 Plus, and an interesting note is that Baic stands for Beijing Automotive Industry Corporation, and the BJ stands for Beijing. So looking at this vehicle, you'll notice that it looks very much like another vehicle on the road, and it is the Jeep Wrangler. And the reason for this is that it's one of 3 collaborations that Baic has with major players on the global scale, and we'll get into that. So you have your halogen projector lights, you have your fog lights, and you have your really solid recovery points. Your approach angle is 37 degrees, and moving along to your tires and your rims, you are on 245/70 R17 tires, which I think for this kind of vehicle, it gives you the best of both worlds. The handling is really nice, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. Also, the ability to customize your tires, that's really important. So since we're here, we're going to talk about your breakover angle, which is 24 degrees. And before we move to the back of the vehicle, this is your indicator light right here. The doors, again, with the Jeep theme, they can be removed. Let's head on here, pull the strap off, take off your doors, and you get a similar vibe to the Jeep. So moving along to the back, we're going to be talking about your departure angle, which is 31 degrees. And again, you have your sturdy recovery hooks right here. Full size spare, 245/70 R17. Again, the back looks a lot like the Jeep because that's one of the companies that Baic has collaborated with. So to access your trunk, pull this, split tailgate, and this is your trunk space. You'll notice, much like the Jeep, you have this roll bar, which is very suitable for low speed rollovers. I'm going to put up the trunk size on the screen right now, so you have an idea of how much you can store. But the seats now, we can fold this down simply by pushing up this lever and pulling it down. So let me go around and do that so you guys can see what you're working with. But important to note, similar to the Jeep, put the glass down first, close that after. You don't want to damage anything. You have your brake light, reverse light, and indicator light all in one. You have your gas cap or your gas tank cover. Easy access as long as the car is unlocked. When it's locked, you can't access it, and you're supposed to use 90 only. Moving along to the back, excuse the camera gear. So we're going to fold the seat down, and the same is true for the other side. You have a 60/40 split. Go around to the other side and fold it down. So this is what we're working with around the back. This is the space you have. It's not folding flat, but it's still a lot of space to work with, like I said. So this is your space in the back. I'm going to put up your trunk space with the seats up now, and your trunk space with the seats down now. Again, fold down, close, push this back up. Just be mindful of the seatbelt. And we fold this back up. Now, let's get into this vehicle. We're on the right hand side, which is lovely, and you are in a purpose-built 4x4. Okay, it says low battery. We're in a purpose-built 4x4. This is your steering wheel setup. Let me just angle the light some more. This is your steering wheel setup. So this is how you start the car. We're in the showroom. I'm not going to start the car. Just going to turn on the ignition. This is what your startup looks like. And like I said, we spoke about one collaboration, which is the Jeep collaboration. Now we're going to talk about the second collaboration, and it is the Mercedes collaboration, which is why in here looks so much like the Mercedes Benz. So the AC vents, the toggles are very maneuverable. This is how you access your four-wheel drive system. I'm going to put my foot on the brake, and you basically switch, and then 4 low, and you switch again, 4 high, 4 low. You can switch to 4 high on the fly, which I think is pretty neat. You have your AC vents right here, or your AC controls rather. So, which is standard. Here you go. You have your bottle holder, and you have your ambient lighting. Apparently you have 240 colors to choose from, but you have 5 standard colors to select from. It's already preloaded. So standard water bottle, not really moving around. You have a pad here. Not sure if it's wireless charging. I don't think it is. This is your gear lever. You're going to be seeing more of this in action on the road, where we did take the BJ40 for a test drive just to get some on-road feel, go on some bumpy roads, all of that. So this is your electronic handbrake. This is how you navigate your infotainment system. That light is getting in the way a bit. Let's shift that over. So this is your infotainment system: media, radio, Bluetooth. You only have Android Auto. You don't have Apple CarPlay in this particular model. This is basically your infotainment system. It's quite smooth. You have a theme. You have theme 2. This is theme 1. When I went to theme 2, this is what your heads, well, not your heads up, but your instrument cluster looks like. I much rather theme 1, which gives me that Benz kind of vibe. You can adjust your brightness. Let's go back. Go back. You have the sound, so this has everything to do with your radio. At a later date, if I get to borrow this vehicle, I will put on some YouTube cleared music, so we can go through this. Back to home. Everything about my car here. So your vehicle settings, your lights only on when you're remote locking. It's an interesting tire pressure monitoring. It's a really interesting walkthrough here. Driver assistance, so which you'll see when we're reversing. You see how sensitive the sensors are. Really useful. Your radar alarm, rear view. You're gonna see this in a test drive. Your maintenance needs, which is pretty cool. Power steering fluid, air conditioner, filter element. You change this at 20,000 kilometers or every 12 months. Power steering fluid, you change this at 60,000 kilometers every 36 months. Engine coolant, 40,000. Clutch and brake, 40,000. Brake pad. It's cool that all of this is here, because a lot of people, they will literally forget to check these things, just drive the car, and when something goes wrong, they wonder why. And we don't want that to happen. So the fact that you have all of this on offer right here in the car, which is pretty much standard nowadays anyway, is really cool. I like that. So we go back to this, come out of this. This is your regular settings that were in earlier. And that's basically it for your infotainment. You have the air conditioner controls, but like I said, you can control it from here either way. dual auto off. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's talk about storage as well. You open this, here's another bottle on hand. Gives you an idea of the storage that you have here. It's quite deep. Just tilt this to the side a bit, closes up. Your glove box is dampened, which I actually quite like. You have your grab handle here for your passengers. It's not storage, but you have your vanity mirror right here. And the cool thing about this vehicle is you can take off the roof. Now, I'm not going to be doing that. I don't have permission to do that, but much like the Jeep, you can take off the roof. I have another mirror here, but it's no vanity in the sense that it lights up. And you have your rear view mirror. It's not auto dimming. You can dim it yourself. So let's talk about safety. So the safety tech in this car, you have 2 airbags, driver, passenger. You have the roll cage along here. This is padded, and that's basically it for safety in the car. It hasn't been tested by any of the major independent testing agencies like NCAP or IIHS, but this is the information I have for you so far, and I will also put a link to the info from Baic's official website in the description so you guys can check that out. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put this seat in my driving position, then I'm going to go around the back and tell you guys what the driving comfort or what the passenger comfort is like in my driving position. I am here. It's 4-way control, so we're just a recliner. Move the seat upwards. The gas and the brake pedal are offset to the right, so in a traditional 4x4 kind of vehicle style. Steering wheel, it's up and down. It's not telescopic, so I can't, pull it towards me. So this is where I am here. And let me push this back a little bit. It's bucked right there. Right. And I think this is my driving position, so I'm comfortable with that. Take note for you taller guys. Let me just see that I can see myself. So I'm 5'9", and on a good day I'm 5'10". Some people say it doesn't work like that, but for me it does. So this is where the roll cage ends. So 5'9", still not in line with the roll cage, and that's fine. 6 feet tall, then you might have a little bit of an issue. So let's go around the back, see what that's about. And then you're heading in, you can hold on to this or hold on to this. Hop in. Yeah, not properly closed yet. It's telling me that the key fob's low, but here I am in the back. Let me just flip up the screen so I can see myself properly. And this is my seating position. So same story. I'm 5'9", on a good day 5'10". Today's a good day. So this is my headroom at 5'9". This is the roll bar or roll cage integrated into the roof, because you can take, integrated to the body of the vehicle, because you can take off the roof. That was the seat, not me. So I have space. I can use this as a little shelf right here. I do like the space that I have around here. I'm sitting a little bit higher than the driver, so it's better for seating capacity, better for ride comfort. You can actually seat 5 people around here. 2 adults comfortably with a child. 3 skinny adults. Yeah, I could see this actually working out. So I like this. You have your rear AC vent here. The left passenger can get, the right passenger can get. And then you have a little cubby here. Let me just angle this down so you can see it. There we go. So this is leg room, or knee room rather. Feet, head, yeah, comfortable, very comfortable around here. So let's show you guys what powers this vehicle, tell you about the transmission, all of that. So let's head around to the engine. You have to slam because there aren't any vents in the vehicle to get out that extra air, and that's just simply because when you're going off-road, you're going through water, you don't want anything to get into the vehicle. And speaking of off-road and water, your wading depth is approximately 600 millimeters and your ground clearance is 210 millimeters. So that's very sufficient for off-road use, especially right out the box. Now, engine. So your bonnet is very heavy. So this is the 2-liter turbo powered engine. It produces 160 kilowatts of power, which is roughly 215 horsepower, and it produces 380 newton meters of torque, and all of this goes to the 8-speed dual clutch transmission, which drives your rear wheels. Obviously this is a 4x4, but when you're on sealed surfaces like asphalt, you are using this in 2-wheel drive. When you're off-road, you're using this in 4-wheel drive, and when things get really sticky, you're using this in 4-low. So your airbox is right here, really high up. Like I said, you have 600 millimeters of wading capacity, which I think is respectable for a vehicle like this. It's a turbocharged engine, like I said, and this particular engine comes from a Saab. I believe it's a Saab 9-3. So that is the third collaboration. So, like I said, Jeep, Mercedes inside, Saab powered engine. Alright guys, so let's head through the gauge cluster here. So you click on this button and it will cycle through here. So you kind of get an idea of your battery health, your temperature, engine, how long it's been running for, and your fuel range. Then you have cruise control. You can see a little flashing icon there. It's not adaptive. This is basically how you get out of that. As you can see, the time that's popped up with the date. This is how you answer your calls, end it. This is how you navigate your infotainment system, trying to get the light out of the shot. Let me just angle it. This is your volume. So this, and then you click OK and you go into your settings. So this is how you navigate, and then this is how you select by pressing OK. There you go. Apologies for the light getting in the way. So this is basically your steering function. This is how you access your indicator, your lights and everything here. Pretty standard stuff. And then this is for your windshield wiper and all of that.
Don't just laugh, just control it. Feel the power of the BJ40.
No man, it's nice. It's nice from that 2-liter. You're not getting that lag from the turbo. You're kind of getting it almost instantly.
Okay.
That's the thing I like about it.
Second or third, so I'm having that comment in my counting responses.
I'm not the first one to say that.
First, second, or third, so I'm just adding the responses
okay.
in my sheet. So
no man.
This left, so we're going to check out the bad road.
It's actually nice to feel this from.
Alright, so road is clear, road is bad, but take a move.
Alright, so this is what you'd experience, guys, if you're on a bad road. I'm not getting that much. I'm not getting that jarring feedback that you'd get from a traditional 4x4, because this has a ladder frame chassis. Yeah, this is something you can absolutely live with, guys.
The pothole and it feels. You feel that?
Whew. It's like you're driving on
like
air.
Driving on a regular road. You can check out our brakes. Tally, hold on, please. Tally, hold on. If the one, you know.
No, this is nice because this is a
Wait.
four-wheel disc brakes.
Yeah.
All right.
Take this left.
Oh my God, this is nice from this kind of vehicle. Since I'm driving so aggressive, fuel economy. I know you can't tell, but
It
based
depends on the
on
usage
right,
and whatever. So I would say anywhere between probably 10 to 12 kilometers.
per liter.
Right.
Okay. So this has a 75-liter tank. What fuel grade do I need to use?
You need to use 9.
90. Okay, and that's because of the turbocharger.
Bad, but
Taxi, understand yourself.
let's stop.
Jesus. Okay, so sport mode definitely does something to this thing.
Yes.
The
definitely,
transmission, because this is an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, right?
absolutely. Yes.
It feels more receptive. Definitely have more torque. The visibility at the front is lovely. The sides, it's perfect. Wing mirrors are giving me all the visibility I need for the whole vehicle. And I can see perfectly out the back.
Yep.
Alright, so guys, we're gonna go through Charlton Gully, and because we're gonna do that, I'm gonna be telling you guys about your wading depth. So this vehicle has an approximated wading depth of 600 millimeters, so that is roughly 2 feet. However, regardless of the vehicle that you're driving in, if the water is fast moving, do not drive through it, because it's
Tell me
effortless.
how you feel around there, nothing. And that was normally when you drive, you have to basically come to a complete stop because of those potholes.
How much is this vehicle going for?
Alright, so the 2026 that we're actually stocking as of July, we have
Right.
2025 now. It's actually only for 8.299.
Wow.
So if you give me 8,300,000 and make sure say I get back $1,000 cheap. That's the reality.
No man, the body roll is not that evident. It really isn't that evident. I mean, you feel it, it's a bigger unit. I'll put up the weight of the vehicle on the screen now. You're gonna have that little tire screech in there. It's a bigger unit, but it doesn't feel like you're gonna topple over or anything like that.
It's actually hold the road actually.
No, it does. And then again, guys, you want to change your mode, you simply press this button,
Which is the M.
and you get these different visuals. So we're back in eco mode. So we're gonna see if it's gonna get that tire chipping sound that we've been getting since we've been sport mode. But so far, this has been a very comfortable driving experience. It's still peppy. The throttle isn't as responsive, but you driving around town, you don't want anything more than this from your vehicle. Sport mode, you're on the highway or something like that, or you're doing a country run.
Or just overtaking.
Or just overtaking, yeah.
If you just need to get where you need to go a little faster.
You're in a bit of a rush.
Are you late for the meeting?
Yeah, you put it in sport mode.
Not encouraging you though. Alright, so we're gonna reverse so we can see we have our reverse camera and our radar system that's showing where we're going. So you can take a look at how we are reversing. This is your live experience with us, even though you're not here. So the BJ40 from Jetcon, we are now parking it. Just went on the road up Constant Spring. Our radar is going off to say that we are getting close to an object, but our vehicle is high enough, so we're gonna go right over it. Yeah. Go back. Go back. Go back. Alright, don't mind. We see the objects, and we are not gonna hit it. So this is your gear shift. So the park will be right over here. So you just press park and it's automatically in park. Of course, you press automatic and brake. So once you park, it automatically comes up. Sorry. So there you go. Take a closer look at the interior of the BJ40 from Jetcon.
That wraps up my review of the Baic BJ40 here at Jetcon's True Lower Sandringham location. They also have other cars on offer. So if you guys want to check it out, head on down to their location, check it out, do a test drive, see if you like it. And that's about all I have for today.